Cash Nation, I've seen Trasnformers 1. Gotta be honest. Wow, what a great film.
We roll out.
What?
Transform and roll out! I want to help build a better world. I don't think so.
Okay, he's a little intense.
Decepticons! Rise up! Now is the time for us to stand up. Together, as one.
We have to stop him.
I have knife hands!
Why did you cut the door?
What? It was already like that, right?
Yes, that's right.
Transformers 1.
Cash Nation, welcome back to a brand new review on the channel. Today we're talking about Trasnformers 1, a movie that I literally had little excitement for going into this film, Papa Cash, a film that he didn't even want to watch to begin with. Now, I'm going to be straight honest with you. If the first question you're wondering is, do I have to do any homework for this film? Do I have to watch the Babe movies, the Travis Knight, the Belma Bee, any of the live action movies? And the answer is no. You don't have to watch anything going into this. You could be blind. You don't have to watch any trailers. This is its own separate thing, okay? There's no references to the other movies, nothing, okay? It's all animation, no humans involved, spoiler, but I mean, come on, it's on Cybertron, right? The second thing I'll tell you is this. Please do me a favor and go out and watch this movie as soon as you can, okay? Now, time for my thoughts, which are, I'm straight to the point. I loved this film. The past 3 to 4 nights, ever since I have watched it, I cannot stop thinking about it, watching spoiler scenes about it. Okay, now let's talk about it. So, Transformers What to Be is an excellent film because of the fact that it explains so many things that the past movies have never explained, right? Because every film is always start with a human character, and the Transformers are basically supporting characters, that makes sense, right? And the human character going through its own thing, they show up and help take care of business, but there's always so many questions unanswered, like Energon, Cybertron, why are Optimus and Megatron beefing for, you know? And in this film specifically, it answers everything you have questions about. Surprise, I know, it's crazy, right? To me, I love this film because A, animation is excellent. I enjoyed every bit of this film. I even looked at the lip syncing to make sure it was on point. It was. I feel like in certain shots, it looks like a bad film because of, you know, a certain scene, if you will. It's not. Like, there's certain scenes that are slow motion, that are smooth as can be. You know, when it's action time, it looks great as well. And I enjoyed so much of that, okay? I will also say this. My one nitpick of this film would be is that, without giving anything away, in the very beginning of the film, you basically meet Orion Pax and D16, right? D16, D17, whatever. Right? And to me, my biggest critique in the very beginning of Texas Pop Cash was I feel like Orion Pax was just outshining D17 in his own in the movie itself. Because while like it's like D16, D17 is just around the whole time. You know, it's basically in Orion Pax's shadow. Now, before I even say anything else, before you're like, okay, was that a bad thing? No, it's not, because without going into it, without spoiling it for you, I can promise you this. As the film goes on and things change and shift, and you know what I mean by that, as things are revealed, let's just say that it gets better for both characters, both Orion and D17, okay? Because they both have a specific trajectory, right? Because it's like this. Both of them, Orion Pax is going one way, and D16 goes a different direction, if that makes sense, right? So, at the very beginning of the film, you watch these two characters do a bunch of cool shenanigans, will somehow find a clue to another thing that leads them on a whole entire journey, which you get to experience with them. And it's an amazing journey to go on, and it's awesome as well, okay? Now, I will say this right now. I enjoy the fact that this film ties up everything at dice, red ribbon, okay? Because it introduces 2 or 3 different problems for you, not storylines, but just problems. Like, we have A, B, and C. We have a thing going with Energon, Cybertron, and of course, Orion and D17, where you see that both of them in the second and third act are starting to butt heads a little bit. And I won't go into what happens, obviously, but it's kind of like I enjoyed how, in one aspect, when Orion Pax faced adversity, he reacted one way versus D16 reacted differently, right? And I understand why D16 does what he does in this film. Let me make this very, very clear. I understand both why Optimus became what he was, as well as Megatron becoming who he was. Okay, like it's that thing where like when you see Megatron become Megatron, it's a bad thing, you hate him, you're disliking him. No. It makes absolute sense. they both got this specific type of information that's like very, crucial to their characters. And one of them's like, okay, another one's like, huh, And I mean, after the second act of this film, I was like, okay, things are starting to build up, things are starting to happen here and there. And a couple scenes later, we get some reveals, some changing, some stuff happening, you know what I mean, right? And I will say that I enjoyed seeing this movie because it gives us who is Optimus Prime, what is a Prime, what does that mean, like, what does it mean to be a Transformer, and it gives you every bit of those answers. Okay, now the one thing I'll tell you is this: don't watch the trailers. If you can avoid the trailers at all costs, please do so, because there are multiple scenes. When I was looking through the trailers as I was editing the videos, I was like, oh my God, that scene's a spoiler. That scene should be in the trailer. Like, what are we doing? If you can avoid the trailers, for sure do so. If you can't, no worries, okay? Now, B and Alita, they're fine. They're supporting characters. Don't expect them to be given much, okay? Because, like, B has a gag in this film that kind of annoyed me in a way. You might like it, you may not. Who knows? Alita, to me, I appreciate because she's basically, in a way, a very helpful tool for Ryan Pax this film because of what her character does in this film, how she basically helps to push him in certain directions, right? Whenever Ryan Pax is, questioning his decisions, questioning what he should do, she's able to be able to say, hey, do this, do that. You have the one thing we all don't have, which is hope with people, right? And I will say this much. The ending of this film, it's like so epic. I loved it. I just can't stop smiling over it, okay? Because to me, I enjoy the moments we get where both characters, in a way, have their moment, if you will. It's a very special moment. It's not joke. It has its moments in this film where it wants to be funny and then serious. And I remember when I saw a specific scene in the film take place, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. You're gonna love it, I promise. If you're a hardcore Transformers fan, you're going to love the second and third act of this film. Oh, you're gonna love it so much, okay? Because there's just so much going on. And I love how, what is Autobot? What is a Decepticon? How were they made? In this film, you find out. But it's like, okay, that's what this originated from. That's what originated from. This is, by all means, the best Transformers film we've ever gotten, period. Okay, it's better than all the live actions. Don't even question. Okay, now my few nitpicks are: I wish, without spoiling it, that Brian Tyree Henry, when the third act comes into place and Megatron comes about, I wish in a way that the voice got deeper, if that makes sense. So it's like he goes from being D17, D16 to Megatron, if you will. It's like from like light to darker. You know what I'm saying? Like, wish that as things happened, his voice would have changed to match the tone of who he is. If that makes sense, right? And I mean, I think that Orion, without going into detail, giving anything away, the same thing kind of does happen for him, again, without going into it. But I remember. But I will say this much: this is an excellent family movie. This is a film that has a great story to it, to where in the very beginning, you see this guy named Sentinel Prime going around as a champion, as a hero, but let's just say you kind of like, that's kind of fishy. I don't even know about this guy. And I loved it too, how you go from possibly liking him to certain things being revealed, and it's like, oh my God, I enjoy this so much. Now, this film, to me, like, again, the only thing I don't like about this film is the gag with B, and again, just the fact that I wish we got to with the second act much faster, if you will. But overall, I enjoyed this film so freaking much. Again, great Transformers origin movie. Answers all the questions you have about Transformers, what Cybertron is, what Energon is, and what is going on. And I hope there's a sequel involved. I don't want there to be a live action movie. I don't. I really, really don't, okay? But I wish kind of that in a way B got his own movie. And I kind of wish that he wasn't such a comedic character that makes sense. Because we've all had this question about B, and let me make this very clear. The whole question around why B's voice, he doesn't even have his own voice, whatever, it's not really a thing in this movie, unfortunately. Maybe it will be in the next movie, if that makes sense. But overall, I enjoyed the journey of watching two people who are forged and made as brothers become enemies. And it made such much. It's over time. It's not one specific scene, which I enjoyed so so much. And again, the ending of this film to me, I enjoyed because it tied up everything in a nice little ribbon. There are two post-credit scenes, one which is a funny scene, and the other one which is really juicy and something I can guarantee you all want to stick around for. It's something that's like, okay, that was awesome, and I loved it so, so much. Again, everyone cast-wise gave an absolutely amazing performance. Animation's excellent. I can't stop talking about this film. So, Cash Nation, I have to give Transformers 1 a possible 10 out of 10 top seller. It's already my top 10 movies of the year list. I added it there because I can't stop thinking about it. And I will say as much right now, you're going to have a blast with this film. The journey of these robots go on from start to finish, and how all changes over the course of the movie, and how you get to see Orion Pax become Optimus Prime in this movie is so freaking cool. How he wants to do stuff. He has ambitions. He has dreams. He has this feeling he is born to do more things. And guess what? You have to find out in the movie what those things are. And let me say as much. The end of this film, oh my God, dude, I was screaming to the top of my ears. I was screaming, clapping, overflow with joy. So again, Cash Nation, please do me a favor and go check out Transformers 1 in theaters. Please do me a favor and go watch it in theaters ASAP. And please do me a favor, comment about your favorite scene of the film. How did you feel about D17 becoming Megatron and Orion Pax becoming Optimus Prime? As always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more reviews coming to the near future. Peace.